Hey makers, in this episode, I'm going to answer one of the most asked questions in 2026 around the Canvas application. How much it is relevant to learn Canvas application in 2026? I know we are living in an era of AI and vibe coding and code side of things. Does it still make sense to learn Canvas application in 2026? I'm going to tell you some of the answers with fact, and then you will decide your career path by your own, and you will get to know the answer that does it still relevant or it is completely non-relevant. Let's talk about that in detail. First question is why this question come up into mind? Because if I'm talking about the Canvas application journey from 2020 to 2024 was the golden period of the Canvas application. Everywhere in every seminar and every platform on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere we were talking about the low code platform and its easiness to build the application and all. Now suddenly why learners has doubted the Canvas application over here? Let me answer you the facts over here. Number thing is there are three major events happened in 2026, and that is making the learners a little bit nervous around learning the Canvas application. Number one thing was happened around from the beginning of the 2026 is every day when we are opening any social media handles, we are starting hearing this type of news that okay, now you are having vibe code application, which means that you write one prompt, agent will build the complete application for you, and that is like a pro code application. Like now I know that pro code is now becoming the mainstream. Like everyone is talking about that. Every new solution people started building around that. So yeah, that is one fact that made you a little bit nervous. Second thing happened was specifically in the PowerX background as well in Power Platform area itself, Microsoft has introduced Codex. In that as well, you can completely build the prompt-based application. And third thing is the focus of 2026 was agent and agentic AI. That is also making the learners a little bit doubt that, okay, does this technology still relevant and all? So this is the backstory happened in 2026. That is where this question arises in the picture. Now, the simple answer here is that what is actually changed over here? I know that specifically the pro code based application or a vibe coded based application are becoming the mainstream right now in today's time in IT. All right. But at the same time, you don't need to forget about your roots, because your roots of Power Platform start from the Canvas application. I'm going to talk about some of the facts why it is still relevant today to learn this particular technology. But here we need to think around this aspect. Now we need to look at the Canvas app as one of the app type, not like your mainstream solution or your mainstream development technology that you are leveraging, right? But it's still one of the element of the Power Platform. So if we are talking about Canvas application, model driven application, Codex, it's one of the app which is still low code, which is still drag and drop, which is still zero code. Okay. But still it is there, and the relevance is also there over here. Now the thing is that this is how we need to position the Canvas application. It's not basically replacement, it's just a reposition. So as I'm saying that this is 2020 to 2024, 2023 time where Canvas application was at its peak. Every month, Microsoft even posting around some of the analytics that how many applications they have built into the Canvas application and all. Now think around this perspective, think around the business perspective. Let's say since last 4 years, you build and you did lots of digitalization for your business. You already spent lots of money in that digitalization, and now you are having the stable version of the application which is built on the Canvas application, or any of your existing developer has built their application in the Canvas application. Are they going to reinvest their money again to build and scrap that whole solution and now start building the complete thing into code apps or vibe coded based application? The answer is 100% no. So now what makes this relevance in the Canvas application? Now let me talk about this four fact over here. As I said, that lots of heavy investment happened around COVID time till 2024 into digital transformation, and Canvas app was one of the key important player on that, because at that time the main promotion was around the low code and no code side of things. Lots of developers who are completely from no code background, they entered into this particular space. They have built lots of heavy application on top of that. Even I can't imagine, I can't name some of the application, but let me tell you, like previously in 2021, 2022, it was the time where Canvas app projects even running longer than 6 to 8 months, and people has built lots of heavy module application even in the Canvas application. Now the thing is that now if they try to mimic the same application with the code apps, of course they can do it. I'm not denying that they can't do it, but of course every good thing come up with the pricing. And when you are talking about the business and you are talking about specifically the IT budgets in the company, you know how companies are treating now, that okay, if they are having the solution which is working the fine, then why they build the new solution for the same application at this point. So in that node, still in 2026, if we need to maintain those existing application, we still need to know Canvas application. That's the number one reason. Second reason is that, let's say that application already built, now you are building some other module and some more extensibility of the functionality. Only one option left in that particular situation is Canvas application, because in the same application you are adding more pages and you are going to build that. You are not going to take half solution here and half solution there. Consistency perspective as well, it's not a good way, right? So in that case as well, today more maintenance work still coming into Canvas application space, and that's why Canvas app developers demand is also high in the market. Third thing that is very, very important, licensing. This is where also Canvas app wins. Let me tell you how. Number one thing is specifically the all the code apps or model driven application. When you are talking about with standard connector as well, it need to go with the licensing. Model driven application is always on top of Dataverse. Okay, code apps. Codex, if you are building in today's time, which is a white coded based application in Power App space. So if you are building that, then for each application that you are publishing and everyone who is consuming that, for each and every one of them you need the licenses. But what advantage you are getting in the Canvas application is, if you are using any standard connector, there is no additional licensing, no any extra fee. That is making that still relevant. That's the reason that is still the first choice of many solution architect in today's time. Let's say for an example, if I'm designing any solution today for my business, I'm always looking the cost part. Let's say I need to share this application with 500 people. It's always good to go with the free version rather than the paid version. Of course, there are some pros and cons for both the methodology over here, but still in Canvas application, free options are there. Just imagine some of the system like, okay, IT help desk system, which is need to be shared with the entire organization. Even with the SharePoint plus Canvas application, amazing combination. Your need is basically survived. Why unnecessary cost? Why unnecessary burden on ourselves, right? So it's still relevant in 2026 to go with the Canvas application in that situation. And last point I want to bring up over here, it's low code. That's again +1 for all the low code developer who shifted their career in 2020, 2021 and built this whole Canvas application. Now the thing is that this is the cruelty, or I would say is a reality of the IT, that whenever you are building any solution, you need to own it, right? If there are some problems happen in the production level, you as a person need to solve those problems. No one else is going to take that ownership, even though it is built with the AI. AI is not going to take the ownership that, oh, you are getting the bug, okay, I'll fix it for you. Okay, it will fix it for you, but just imagine in worst case, if AI is also not able to fix your issue, at least you need to know that technology that is used by AI to build that whole application. And on that node, of course, right now the vibe coded apps that is being built, it is built on top of the React or any type of pro code programming it is using in behind the scene in order to build the whole thing. Now the thing is that the benefit that Canvas application we are getting here is, of course, in Canvas application as well, you can do certain things with the AI, but again, like to understand the code or functions is also very, very easy. So still in 2026, on that perspective, these applications are winning. In 2026, even today, if you want to build any mobile or field application or any application which is having offline scenario, task specific application, wanted to share with the entire organization, you need a simplified licensing, custom look and feel. If you need, you want to deliver it fast with the low code skill set of people, not too much pro code technology of people, and already governed in the specific Microsoft trust in the Microsoft space, then still the Canvas application will be business first choice in today's time as well. Also, Canvas application are still being actively invested in the feature development, and this year itself majority of major features has been still rolled out in the Canvas application, like modern controls, real data grid, which is also becoming generally available. Mobile offline capability features are also being introduced, and specifically AI is also landing into the application as well. This is the proven point which is saying that this product is still evolving, and of course it is stable because since last 5 years it is that. So not too much updates how we are frequently getting in the Copilot Studio and other product we are getting, it's not that frequent, but still we are getting the new feature sets over here at this point of time in the Canvas application. Now, these are another 5 reasons which I want to highlight that is making the learning of Canvas application still relevant in 2026. Number one is that fastest path from zero to working application, which means that without any coding language knowledge or without any coding skills, today you can build Canvas application completely from the scratch and simply power effects and drag and drop, and that makes your life much more simpler in today's time. AI can write the app at this point of time with code apps and other technology, but still you need to own. As I said, no one wanted to take the ownership in the organization. In that case, if you are someone who is low code and you still want to take the ownership of your application, if something is going wrong or something which you know it easily and easy to understand for you as a human, still Canvas application wins over here. Third thing around the power effects is still skill, which is using in the Canvas application, and again same power effects can be used across the different other platform in the Power Platform area like Power Automate and all. So that is also making this Canvas application learning still relevant in today's time. If you are not even like to see the code and you just wanted to build a complete low code application, still relevant today. Fourth and very important thing, hiring managers are still asking this as a skill set in today's time for the Canvas application. Today, anytime when even I'm hiring any Power Platform developer or I'm taking many interviews on a daily basis for helping the different companies to hiring the best talent for themselves, we are still asking for the Canvas application, and still the interviews start with the Canvas application. If it is non-relevant, no one should talk about the Canvas application, but why businesses are still talking about? Because they still have many applications in the Canvas application. They have still many solutions that architects are designing in the Canvas application, and people are still building that. It's not a denial, okay? No matter what code apps and everything is, taking over. And of course, I'm not denying the fact that future is AI and, future is code apps. But the thing is that we also need to think about the other perspective around the licensing and those part, and considering those, this would be the cheapest solution right now still in the Power Platform area. And that's where more and more demand still in the Canvas application side. Anyone who we are hiring in today's space, we must ask that. That's the reason why I told you this the statement that right now we don't need to focusing that as a mainstream career path or mainstream solution for your project, but still as a one of the type of the application, still you need to know it. So as time is growing, the demand is like, okay, if you are in the Power Platform, you need to know about the Canvas. I mean, that's the mentality right now into this whole area space. And it's not just a mentality, but again, like companies are getting work into that space. So if you don't know the Canvas application, how you will be able to maintain that? How you will be able to understand what's happening in the existing build Canvas application or something you want to build on the on top of that? So that's the reason where it is relevant in 2026 around that path. And again, I would say, again, doorway to start the Power Platform career is still Canvas application even in the 2026, because generally when you learn the Canvas application, that is boosting your confidence level, that is boosting your understanding around the Power Platform components, how solution is working, environment is working, deployment is working, low code application is working, how the drag and drop with that as well, with out of the box you can build amazing application. That's something give you the confidence to learn other Power Platform module as well easily, and that's the reason why it's still the doorway in 2026 around this particular area. So to summarize this point, still in 2026, this is the visible salary ladder. Specifically, if you are in Power Platform space, you know that Power Platform developers are earning much more better than other career path which is available in the market. But again, in 2026, still it's relevant. And of course, in every interview where you are going, people and no matter what role you are applying, beginner role, intermediate role, or solution architect role, even at the time you need to know the knowledge on the Canvas application. Because let's say if I'm talking about the solution architect or experience level people, they still designing the solution. When you are designing the solution, you need to think around the cost aspect, you need to think around the impact perspective, licensing perspective, performance perspective, possibility versus not possibility perspective. In each aspect, Canvas application still somewhere here and there is being valid in 2026. Still in model-driven application, some of the Fusion pages we are still building with the Canvas pages. At the time also, that knowledge is required. Okay, so it has the visible salary ladder, business tracing credibility, freelancing and side incomes also. Lots of freelancing projects are happening on freelancing websites for the Canvas application. If you are having the creditable path to the architect at the time also, it is very, very important. Internal mobility and head start on the agents. That is also making this career-wise more impactful to learn the Canvas application. Now, if you are applying for app maker, low code maker, Power Platform developer, functional consultant, architect, integration engineer, agent, AI solution engineer, solution architect, in all this job profile, this is where Canvas application still a valid skill. People are still talking about that. People are still discussing around that. So that's where it becomes necessary to understand this particular skill in 2026 as well. Now, the thing is that if you are already into Canvas application and you want to be future proof what you learn in the Canvas application, at the time you need to consider this particular topics in the Canvas application, specifically around the modern control. You should be having your focus, reusable component, performance, solution and governance, specifically the agent integration, for every release node that Microsoft is rolling out. That is also something you need to follow. So basically, in short, the takeaway is that Canvas applications are no longer the frontier now. It's not having that boom or that charm that it has in 2022, 2024. Highlight is shifted to the AI-based solution, but still, as I'm saying, they are still a foundation. We should never forget about the roots. This is the second time I'm repeating this particular line, that no matter what AI or other technology comes up, you should never ever forget about your roots. So specifically in the Power Platform area, this is the first element in the business application side. As a low-code developer, people were learning earlier. Now, still to understand the basic concept and all, it's still valid in 2026. So yeah, that's pretty much it around the Canvas application, which I wanted to talk about into this video, because I was really thinking that no one is talking about right now on Canvas application, and many of us have questioned, specifically the people who are the beginner. They are having this type of question around the opportunity and all, and the experienced people around wanting to know the perspective around the Canvas application. So this is the real perspective. Share me your real perspective in the comment section. I'm happy to hear from you. So with that note, that's it for today. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit thumbs up and subscribe my channel. And don't forget to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. All the links are available in the description box. Specifically on the Instagram, I'm uploading short content in the Power Platform, so make sure you follow me over there. Second important thing, if you are looking for any live training underneath Power Platform or any recorded training video from me specifically, you can always check out our website www.powerplatformtrainings.com. Underneath that, we are conducting different training programs on Canvas application, model driven application, Copilot Studio, Power Automate, and Power Pages. So you can check out the latest information from there. With that note, this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next episode with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye. Keep smiling.